His 37th year as the head coach at Duke. Brian Dorsey, Bill Covington, Ron Gruber, our officials. Carolina, by virtue of being the higher seed, they will wear the home jerseys, and we're underway here in Brooklyn.
Matt Jones guarding Joel Berry, the guy that went for 28 in the last meeting. Now he just switched off onto Justin Jackson. You can see a lot of switching in this game.
Tatum switches on to Pinson. Jackson into Hicks, double team immediately. He tries to fight his way through it, but he stepped out of bounds. Or was there a foul? There is a foul on Duke.
Those double teams have got to be tight because Isaiah Hicks looking to be aggressive through them instead of just dribbling out and passing. He's trying to score.
2 points that should be made early. Carolina is a deeper team than Duke, and Carolina is playing for the second time in as many nights. Duke is playing for the third time in as many nights as Meeks gets the Tar Heels on the board. Tatum, who's got 45 points in Duke's first 2 games here in the ACC tournament. One-on-one with Hicks. Step back jumper, got it.
Wow. Well, he's not been shooting the ball well from 3 of late, but anything mid-range, he can fall away, gets his shot off, he can create his own. That's a matchup against the North Carolina big guy that Duke is going to go to over and over again.
Look inside for Meeks. Jefferson's already got 1 foul. Meeks kind of throws up a prayer, and it goes in to make it 6-2.
It might have looked like a prayer, but North Carolina practices those jump hooks over their weak shoulder. They're going to go turnaround jumper over their strong shoulder depending on where the defense is playing them. They've always got a counter to how they're being played.
Kennard off the back of the iron, and Hicks down with a rebound. Pinson rejected. Jefferson coming over to help.
So far, Duke has done a very good job on Justin Jackson. He has not been able to get an open look.
Hicks has it taken away by Tatum, and the Blue Devils come down in transition. Tatum end to end. He's got both buckets for Duke.
What a play. Isaiah Hicks tried to spin on Jason Tatum, took the ball away and turned it into 2 points.
And Carolina going inside at every opportunity. Jackson finds Meeks.
Well, North Carolina isolating Kennedy Meeks down low. He was all by himself, and he was able to hold off an excellent defender, Namil Jefferson. Not enough pressure on the ball. When you don't have pressure on the ball, you can see in.
Meeks 3 for 3, 6 points in the early going for the Tar Heels.
And they've been easy baskets. You have to work hard for easy baskets.
And they're going in there again. They know where their bread is buttered. Has to back it out. Pinson with a drive. Kennard knocks it away.
What an alert play by Luke Kennard.
Jefferson.
He was open right away.
Getting deep position and making it look easy over Meeks to bring Duke back within 1.
This fabulous footwork.
Big comeback by Duke. They were down 12 in the second half and came back to beat an excellent Louisville team by 4.
Now they went to the zone. That was a big factor.
Meeks with 10 already. He had 9 and 8 in the 2 regular season matchups against Duke. He's already got 10.
Single coverage, and North Carolina had really good action on the weak side. So Duke didn't come with the double. Single coverage is going to be advantage Kennedy Meeks. A good defense by Justin Jackson.
Some help there by Meeks. Shot clock at 12. Tatum a clear out with May. Rebound Britt.
Yeah, I don't think Jason Tatum would want to get all the way to the basket on Luke May. He settled for that jump shot. Of course, he can make it.
Berry drives and finishes.
Just a brilliant finisher, especially for his size. Joel Berry shoots the ball well, refuses the ball screen, takes it the other way. And both Luke May and Justin Jackson able to screen off Duke defenders so they can't get over to block the shot. And able to get a foul on Harry Giles, not because of his left hand, which he tried to block the shot with, but because of his right hand on the body of Joel Berry.
3-point play for Berry. 6-point lead Carolina. Going away 78-53. Allen driving on Britt. Follow will go for Harry Giles.
And Bradley came over to block the shot that opened up the offensive glass for Duke and Harry Giles. Anytime there's a weak side shot blocker that comes over, if he doesn't block the shot, chances are you're going to give up an offensive board.
You talked about how much switching there is going on, and you weren't kidding. So many things are being switched, especially at this end of the floor. Nice entry feed from May to Bradley.
Well, with all this switching, that means there are going to be matchups and communication issues, especially when you've got a freshman on the floor that hasn't played a lot of minutes like Harry Giles. So there are some risks associated with switching.
All 7 field goals for the Tar Heels have come in the paint. Now a steal by Jackson.
Well, that was a foul, too.
Yeah, Jackson thought so. He'll get the bucket, not the call, but the lead grows to 8.
And maybe that's the kind of thing that can get Justin Jackson going. He's taken some tough shots in this game. But oftentimes when you can get something easy, like a transition layup, just seeing the ball go through the basket helps the scorer.
Tatum off the glass. But they better get back. Here come the Heels. Barry in a heartbeat from one end of the court to the other.
That is where North Carolina is most dangerous. Duke, their threes.
Tap back out by Tatum and a fresh 30 for Duke. Tatum right now with a smaller defender and Pinson on him. Allen is open for a 3 and buries it.
You almost can't help off of Grayson Allen.
Quarterfinal win over Virginia last night. The championship game, 9 o'clock tomorrow night right here on ESPN.
Right now, Duke in that 2-3 zone when they're on the defensive end. And you've got Nate Britt, Theo Pinson, and 7th Woods, none of which are great shooters.
Hicks running the court, can't get a shot off after the second made 3 by Allen, stolen by Jones, turns it back over to Pinson, and Bradley will slam it home.
Boy, what a turnaround. Duke gets a steal, having the opportunity to take it the other way, and Theo Pinson makes a play that turns the momentum back North Carolina's way.
Pinson on Allen. Allen gets the switch, launches again, and he's got 3 threes already in this game. Britt open in the corner, and Carolina answers.
Both North Carolina and Duke fired up after they make a play. Nate Britt with a howl after he knocked down that corner 3 to answer the 3 off the ball screen by Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen hit 7 threes in the first matchup between these two teams. Got the high ball screen. Theo Pinson guarding him. And just pulled right up on Tony Bradley and knocked that down, and immediately had a little something to say afterwards.
Everybody's fired up. Fired up in the stands, fired up on the court. Subs for both teams. Duke made 1 change. Carolina made 3. Again, they are a deeper team. Duke will really only go 7 deep with Allen and Giles coming off the bench. Meeks among those who have returned for Carolina. Kennedy Meeks is 5 for 5, 10 points already in this game.
Back to the 2-3 zone. Giles in the middle.
Hicks rattles it home from the base. All right, Allison, thank you. Pinson spinning on Kennard, finds Meeks, who's got a dozen.
Great move by Theo Pinson. Theo Pinson's got 13 assists coming into this game in his last 2. Could have 14, but one of his passes went in the basket.
That's right. He threw up an alley-oop and it went in for a 3. Jackson into some traffic.
That's how good of a passer he is. He didn't want to settle for a 2 off the pass. He decided to make it a 3.
Look at how quickly they get down the court again, and it's a 3 for Justin Jackson.
That's just beautiful basketball. Passing ahead to the open man who's ready.
That game moves up to the 2 line and knocks Louisville down to a 3 as Jackson makes a difficult shot to extend the lead to a dozen.
Well, you had Isaiah Hicks posting on one end, Kennedy Meeks coming up to the high post to relieve pressure, and then Justin Jackson posting up Grayson Allen down low.
Allen kicks to the corner. Tatum is open and knocks down a 3. You said if Duke's going to win this game, they have to win the 3-point line.
And that's been when Duke's been at its best, not just hitting threes, but with Grayson Allen driving the ball and driving to pass rather than finish. Well, he's a good passer.
Jackson, no. Meeks with a rebound. Down with it, Tatum.
He just went right over the top of Emil Jefferson with both hands and grabbed that ball.
Barry staying with Jackson, now Tatum. Jefferson doesn't look to try to take Meeks, instead the handoff, and Grayson Allen has 3, number 4.
He is coming off these handoffs looking to fire. And if the big guy guarding Emil Jefferson is not right up, that ball's going up. Or the three-point line, especially Grayson Allen, really keeping Duke in this.
Pinson lost it, got it back, and Kennedy Meeks is piling up the points. He's up to 14 right now, 7 for 8 and 14 points for the senior.
And North Carolina wearing the paint out.
And that's why Mike Krzyzewski just sent Marquise Bolden to the scorer's table, looking for a bigger body to try to contain Meeks.
A nice job by Justin Jackson not to go for Grayson Allen's fakes.
Jefferson draws the foul. Hicks muscles his way by Tatum and scores.
I think Bolden got him. Not able to get over there and establish position shoulder to shoulder with Jason Tatum. Over pursued and then just used that left arm and came across the arm of Isaiah Hicks as he slipped that ball screen. If the defender guarding you is above you, you slip it, go to the basket. Otherwise, set the screen.
So, Jay, if you look at the 3 biggest players that Carolina has, Meeks, Hicks, and Bradley, they are 11 for 13. For Meeks, thinks about it. Hicks deep in the corner. Shot clock down to 7. Hicks forces one up.
What a rebound.
Pinson gets it to go.
What an offensive rebound by Theo Pinson. North Carolina was hesitating to put up a perimeter jumper even when they were open.
Allen misses the 3. Numbers for Carolina. Pinson to Hicks.
Well, if Roy Williams and the points in the paint, North Carolina dominating the paint.
And 15 assists on 20 baskets, to your point about them looking to pass. Outstanding ratio. Tatum fade away over Hicks.
Oh, that's an NBA move. Went right into the chest of Hicks and then faded away. Below 10 points, as poorly as Duke has played and well as North Carolina's played.
Tatum with a rebound. He might take it all the way. He will, and it goes in, and a foul to boot.
And Duke can not only get a three-point play here, if they get another stop, they're going to get the ball back. You get another stop. This is 2 games in a row that North Carolina has not handled the end of half well at all. Against Miami and now against Duke. And with all the great work that North Carolina has done in the paint, it could be just
for the end of the season. They've got time. They've got Tatum. No call. And that will end the first half.
aggressive to drive the ball.
What does Duke need to do in order to get Luke Kennard going? 5 points in the first half, but they all came to the free throw line as Meeks scores again. You got to figure for Duke to win the game, Kennard's got to have a big second half.
Well, Kennard's got to have a big second half, and Duke has to stop taking the ball out of the net. They've got to get some stops.
Kennard from the foul line, and it didn't take long for his first field goal of the night. Just 35 seconds into the second half.
Looks like we've got a contact lens issue.
And whatever it was, feels like Hicks has sorted it out, and he'll stay. You can see that Duke trailed Louisville, came back, beat him with a big second half. Kennard had big second halves against both Clemson and Louisville already in this tournament. Justin Jackson. Yes.
Coming off 2 baseline screens, Justin Jackson caught that where I may give up a bucket, but I can't get this foul back. What's the smarter play?
Let's see if Jackson tries to drive him. The 3. Got it.
Talk about
Carolina, after shooting over 60% of the first half, they missed their last 5, but you can put that stat to bed.
got a switch, and Justin Jackson never stops moving. He does a great job of
30 Eastern here on ESPN. The winner of that game, he says, will replace Louisville on the 2 line. We will find it all out on Sunday.
I'm really surprised Joe Barry missed that layup.
Roy Williams did not like that call at all.
Well, we got Joel Barry again.
Number 4 on Joel Barry with better than 15 minutes left.
That is a huge call in this game. And a huge play to have Joel Barry with 4 fouls having to go to the bench for what should be significant minutes. Just caught Frank Jackson on the wrist. Surprising he would even reach for that with 3 fouls.
And Emil Jefferson called for the foul. Going over the back, number 2 on Jefferson.
Just a little push in the back, but I'm one of those. I like the way the game is called for the most part, except rebounding. I think the players should be allowed to go after the ball rebounding. There's going to be some contact. Some of these rebounding fouls are clear fouls. Others are just rebounding. It's just rebounding.
So the big story here right now, Joel Barry to the bench with 4 fouls. Nate Britt, the senior, in at the point for Carolina. Justin Jackson, another 3.
With Grayson Allen right there on Justin. 8,
I believe 95.
95.
Yeah. And he's closing in on it. And Meeks is closing in on a very, very big night. He's up to 19 now to go with 10 rebounds.
North Carolina shoes are wearing out the paint.
Tatum.
Jason Tatum is such a good fake.
Allen the kick to Tatum for a wide open 3. Long rebound down to Grayson Allen. Wow. And Kennard knocks one down and has a chance for a 4-point play.
Boy, what a play by Grayson Allen. It looked like Allen, after that loose ball, he might shoot the 3, but passed it to Luke Kennard in the corner. And how quick was that from the catch to the release? I thought Allen was going to pull the trigger on this one. Boy, that is as quick a catch and shoot as you are going to see. What a big play.
And 4 points for Kennard. Terrific.
What a pass.
Tatum passed up the 3. Allen won't. And knocks it down. Fifth 3 of the game for Grayson Allen, and Duke's on an 11-2 run.
Carolina, a different team without Joel Barry on the floor.
He sat down with 4 fouls at the 15:04 mark. It was an 8-point lead then for Carolina. It's 4 now.
I don't know why Justin Jackson wants to take jump shots when getting the ball inside will open up more things, not only for the big guys, but for the perimeter players.
Kennard to a slashing Jackson, who makes it a 2-point game. Britt at the point right now for the Heels. Britt sneaks inside, gets it off, and hits.
It's so difficult for Emil Jefferson to be able to get over there to try to block that shot or stop the drive when he has to guard Tony Bradley, who's really posting up strong.
A lot of contact between Brandon Robinson and Jason Tatum. Allen off balance, no. And there's the 4th foul on Emil Jefferson.
Duke needs to drive the ball.
Kennard dumps it off for Giles. Allen the kick to Jackson. First lead of the night for the Blue Devils. Since Carolina had its biggest lead of the night at 13, Duke's on an 18-4 run. Make it 20. And for the third game of games, he has 46 points.
See, what you just need to do is before the game, just give him orange slices and some Gatorade and make him think it's halftime.
Yep. Duke by 3. Winner into the championship game. Brits. A chance to tie it.
Heck of a play by Nate Britt. He had Matt Jones on his hip. Looked like Jones was going to commit the foul and actually did. They just didn't call it. Got all the way to the rim, and Harry Giles has to get there earlier to be able to block that shot. He was waiting to time it out. He needed to get over there and put his body in front of Nate Britt and then go up. Anytime you allow the shooter to get into your body as a shot blocker, it's pretty much all over.
And Britt, of course, good with both hands. He shoots his jumpers right-handed. Used to shoot him lefty. You saw him just shoot a free throw left-handed. The drive was left-handed. He's tied it at 70. Round 3 living up to the hype. Jackson soft off the window. Duke back on top.
Got it up off the glass before the North Carolina big guys could time it out to block the shot. What a game.
All 3 have been terrific this year. Duke by 8 at Cameron, Carolina by 7 in Chapel Hill.
That's a terrible call right there. Absolutely terrible. That
Jackson called for the offensive foul.
That was not an offensive foul. That is not an offensive foul. No way. That's just basketball.
So we're inside 6 minutes to go.
If the offensive player pushes off with the arm, fine.
Kennard got it.
What a player. Devastating from the three-point line.
Now a rejection. Giles from Allen. And North Carolina saw its lead evaporate during that time. Britt's back in as well. Couldn't get it up over the rim. Got it back. Olsen. Whoa.
I think he's feeling better after his injury.
Alert pass, too, by Britt. Wow. Round 3's kind of fun, doesn't it?
Comes out primarily. This is a defense switch to get a little more quickness to press. Pick's an 80% free throw shooter, so you have to expect him to make it. Then you put Pinson on the ball and try to get a steal here.
They get it in just in time.
Tournament is. It's really a collection of 4-team tournaments in your sub bracket.
As Jay talked about at the top of the show, Duke had to do well from the three-point line and the free throw line to win the game. They have excelled at both, and even though they're not that deep at 7, 6 and 7, because Allen is coming off the bench right now, 6 and 7 are giving them a lot more than they were just
Open teammates.
Allen's made 5 threes. He's also got 5 assists in this game, to your point.
Yeah, a true difference maker coming off the bench. You have the defense of Matt Jones in the starting lineup, although Jones has had difficulty finding open shots and making open shots when Allen comes off the bench firing. This is one potent offensive basketball team. Number of offense-defense switches. Harry Giles can protect the rim and rebound. And North Carolina's put in more of an offensive-minded lineup.
Frank Jackson
He faked it.
We've got a foul against Duke, and obviously with the benefit of replay, we'll get another look at what, if any, contact there was between Justin Jackson and Frank Jackson.
That looked like he faked it. I hope I'm wrong there.
And they're going to send the players up.
No, he got a little bit. He took a little bit of an elbow.
They're going to look
it was
at
early
it
on. It was early on, so the reaction was.
Things are going out here. So the personal call was on Kennard that sends Justin Jackson to the line. Of course, it would have been a huge call had they called a flagrant one. Duke would have guys for significant minutes. Giles with a couple of big free throws and a big round of applause as he goes to the bench.
This may be his best game. I mean, I know he had a double-double earlier in the season against Georgia Tech at Duke, but I think this is Harry Giles' best game. A 2-3 zone right now for Duke. Make North Carolina try to score over the top, take some time off the clock.
Jackson way short. Ball to Kennard. Duke fans getting louder and louder with each passing possession right now. Beginning of the second half, he said, you know, we committed a few too many fouls. We let him knock down some shots at the end of the half. We got to stop fouling. We can't put them on the line. And Roy Williams' worst fears came true in the second half.
Well, Duke healthy and North Carolina, both these teams are Final Four good. We could see this one again in Phoenix. That would not be a surprise.
Round 4.
Yeah, they used to play four of these a lot back in the days of the Big Four. There used to be a tournament early in the season. Duke, North Carolina, Wake Forest, and NC State. And they would play. You could be 0-2 after the Big Four. And then you'd play your 2 times in conference play back when the league was 8 teams, and then play again in the ACC tournament.
4 games in 4 days to win the ACC tournament. Duke trying to become the first. We were talking before the game. Remember Kemba Walker and UConn back in 2011 in the Big East. They won 5 games in 5 days and went on to win the national championship that year.
I think Louisville did it too and won 4 games in the Big East tournament. One in 2012. That's a tough task, especially against, I think from this bracket that Duke and Carolina were in, it's harder to win the ACC championship than it is to get to a Final Four. I mean, you got to beat a higher caliber of team in order to win this championship than you would have to beat to get to a Final Four. It's remarkable.
If you have to go through Louisville, North Carolina, and then either Notre Dame or Florida State on consecutive days, that's crazy. And Roy Williams is waving the white flag.
That is quite a win for Duke against the North Carolina team. I mean, both these teams, with Duke healthy now and in this rhythm, both these teams are capable of reaching Phoenix and winning this thing. And you can see now why people were so excited about the possibilities for Duke before the season. You know, if you had a healthy Harry Giles for an entire year, a healthy Marquise Bolden, a healthy Jason Tatum, and this team from Jump Street was able to get acquainted with one another from October on. But the way they are starting to come together and, as they say, find an identity, kind of scary what this team could accomplish in the NCAA tournament.
Stillman Whites will knock down a 3 for Carolina. Duke has put up 51 points here in the second half. They go